Hey everybody, welcome back to Heart Breathings. I have another A5 ring binder set up for you here today, and I am excited to show you how I have it all set up for the month of November. So, life with a 2-month-old baby. She is asleep and I have ordered lunch to come from Uber Eats. So I imagine I have about 20 minutes to get this totally recorded, and I am so excited to show you this one. This is one of my newer Webster's pages. I did a haul a little while back where I had gotten these on sale for only about $10 a piece. And I was so excited to have that because I love having all the different colors, because no matter which month it is, I can always like switch it all out, and I love this. So this one is sort of like a neutral tan color or cream color, but on the inside it has a little bit whiter with silver on the background and gold rings. And so I love the kind of mix of colors and metallics and stuff like that. Plus, how gorgeous is this fall setup? So if you've not watched me before, I like to set up my ring binder every month a little bit different, with different tabs or dashboards and a different look and feel of the covers. So I have been subscribed now to the Planner Press digital dash box for a full year. So this is the first month that I have to November. So I have November 2018 and November 2019 to pull from. So I've done that because she doesn't always include exactly the same thing. She always has the dashboards and she always has a bunch of like stickers and accessories, but what the accessories are can be different. So I pulled some things from last year's November and December to use in this setup, and I love, love, love how it turned out. One of the first things over here on this opening side, Webster's pages always has this plastic like picture pocket here. So what I did was I took last year's November inserts, her Traveler's Notebooks inserts. This is what it had on the cover. It said Hello November. And I shrunk it down until it was just right to fit into this little pocket and put it there as a little picture for the month. Then I also used last year's die cut and just have slipped it in the back there, and I love how that looks. The Hermione used to be a paper clip, and I just have had her with me all year. She's always shows up in my planner. Then this little Hello Fall is a die cut I got last year from Pumpkin Paper Co. And I love that. She's like bathing in a cup of coffee or whatever. And I just think it's so cute. So another thing that I have over here is a bunch of other die cuts. And these are a mix from ones from this year and ones from last year, I think. But I think most of them are actually from last year's. So you've got this girl carrying a coffee, a candle, the little leaf, and I feel like the leaf kind of brings it all together because that color ties in with the pumpkin and all of these leaves over here. So it's kind of my favorite part of this front setup. These little pictures that I have here are actually from the vision board, and I think again this is from last year's, and it might have even been from December last year, I'm not sure. So that kind of just ties in the colors. Then this little thing, she calls this a bookmark, and this was supposed to go, I guess, like as a bookmark, but I used it more like a die cut with the little coffee cup, and it just slides right in here as well. Then I also have been keeping this little Simply Gilded washi tape card here, but it does kind of, moving it in and out, the washi tape sometimes gets a little bit messed up, but I do like to use that so I can pop that into my planner whenever I want. And then finally, I also have this little ruler. It's just a little metal ruler, and I got these off of Amazon, and it came in like a 4-pack. So it had like pink, blue, green, and this sort of cream color, which matches this perfectly. So I've got that kind of also tucked here in the front because I like to use it to like put down and tear my washi tape so I don't have to use scissors, but I also will use it if I need to measure anything. So that is this opening part. Now in the pocket, it does have a pocket here, and then it has a second pocket here. I also have one of her pouches, and she didn't, as far as I can remember, have a pouch for this month. So I am using last year's pouch. So it's just a double-sided thing that you can cut out to make it look like a pouch, and then you just leave the top open so that it can hold whatever you want. And I like to keep all my stickers in it. So I have just some stickers that I printed from a shop. I think these are from Design Lovely Studios, but I'll link it down below if that's not the store, on Etsy, and they're just reprintable. And I actually just did a whole new set of these because I was out of a lot of them. So these are the icons I use the most. Then I also have a ton of Coffee Monsters Co. You can see some of them are well used. A lot of very cute designs on Etsy, and I'll link to all these shops below for you. I'm not an affiliate of any of these shops, so they're just ones that I enjoy and like to use. And I actually just made a new order with her. Sweet Kawaii Design and Mochi Kichi. Those are mainly the ones that I have. Oh, and Lavin Forest. Or Laven Forest, I'm not sure. And I think that's all of them. What is this one? This is Echo Hui Craft Co. So I have lots of different stickers in here from different Etsy shops that I try to support because they just have so many cute things. And I leave those in this little pouch and it goes in this front little pocket. And I find that the Webster's Pages pockets are a little bit harder to access, but it does also stay in there a little bit more securely. But I just love how this whole, like all the colors came together. Then we move on to the actual dashboards themselves. Now in her digital dash kit, she has dashboards for tons of sizes of planners. I obviously am using the one that's sized for A5 rings because that's what I use the most, but I go ahead and download all of them every month just so I have them in case. But she has like Erin Condren, Happy Planner, tons of different traveler's notebooks, even the Hobonichi Weeks, like tons of different sizes. And then you can print out all these different ones, and they come in different hair and skin tone colors, so you can make it look more like you, or you could have a more diverse planner. This is the one that I chose to go in the front of my planner. I also put these little tabs on here that I just cut out with my Cricut and then folded over on the sides. These are from last year's December kit because she didn't include side tabs in this one. So I'm just using these. So it's a little pine cone and then these little cute boots. So on the back of the first dashboard is just a Starbucks coffee cup. I have a drawing that my husband made for me and some little page flags. This I Heart Fall Most of All journaling card came from Simply Gilded, and I think this just came from an order I made around Halloween, and I just love those pink pumpkins, and I have the washi tape that matches this. Some pictures, and I've had these pictures in my planner probably for like a year and a half, so I think I might switch out the pictures because these are, you know, my son was only like 6 maybe in these pictures, plus my daughter wasn't born yet. So I'm going to make an effort to switch those out because I did buy a new printer, and I'm so excited to have a new printer, which is part of the reason that I was going ahead and reprinting and doing all of these new stickers, because I have a printer that can do them much better now, and I can actually print photos better. This little notes pages came pre-punched in an order that I just placed from Carpe Diem, because I posted this on my community tab for you guys, just in case anyone was interested, that Carpe Diem was having another sale similar to the Webster's Pages one, where they were selling their binders, just the A5 binders, for $10 each. So I grabbed this one that is kind of like a mint color, or that might be their like robin's egg color. And then actually, I think I already had this one, and this one might be called Robin's Egg. And then I bought 2 others, but those are still in their boxes because I'm not sure if I'm going to give them away or use them. So, but for $10, I figured they would make good giveaways for this channel. So maybe look out for that next month for Christmas or for the holidays. I also bought some of these decals. So this one says hello today, and it looks like it's actually came on the planner, but that's just something I added because these were only $1 and I really like them. But I brought this out because I wanted to show you guys the size difference too. So if you look, you can see here that the Webster's Pages is taller than the Carpe Diem, but the Carpe Diem planner is actually thicker or wider. So you can see it's got maybe a ½ inch more width to it. So if you want to be able to put wider things, like you wanted to unspiral an Erin Condren, then you would want to use probably the Carpe Diem planner to put that in, because the Webster's Pages is too thin for those bigger pages. So they're both A5 size, but they're just slightly different in the configuration. So I just thought I'd show you that. But another thing I got from that Webster's Pages sale was a bunch of these kind of like notes bookmarks, and they were also only $1 each. So I got like 3 different designs of them, and they come with a ton of pages. So I just slipped a few in here. I imagine those will last me a really long time. I also have my HB90 method planner, which is something that's always in my A5 rings because it's my main planner. I did take out a lot of the goal setting pages because I find that the Webster's Pages rings are not as big and they don't hold as much as the Kiki K rings do. So I had to pull some stuff out because I added something new in this month, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I did leave my project and goal sheets so that I can reference them, my milestone sheets so that I can reference that, and my notes pages in case I need those. So that's my first section. This second section is my monthly spread section, and I love this dashboard. So the girl is carrying some books and the leaves are brushed away on the sidewalk to make a heart, and she's got her little cappuccino. I just think it's so cute. On the back is a girl who's like playing in the leaves, which is also cute. These little Post-its are actually white Post-its that I printed with the digital dash, and she has some, almost every month she does include some of these Post-its that if you have white ones, she gives you a little template and you can put the Post-its on the template and then it will print designs onto your Post-it notes. So it's like custom ones, which I really think is clever. So I've got those from a previous month. More family photos. I have this postcard from NaNoWriMo, which I got a set of them when I donated $50 to National Novel Writing Month for the month of November. And instead of sending those out to people, I'm actually going to keep them. And I've got one or two actually on my bulletin board, and I put this one in my planner. Then I've got my monthly spreads here, but you can see just how little I've used them. Most of my monthly like reminders and stuff are just going on my calendar because I don't have time to do all the planning that I normally do because I have a tiny little baby at home. So I'm just kind of letting these go. Maybe I'll do something for December, maybe not. But those stay in there in case I need to reference the date. I have this little pull out bookmark from Webster's Pages. And another one that I just love this month is she has a folder. So she will often do folders in the digital dash box. And this one's one of my favorite because it has this sweater design with the flowers, and you can do the folder to either have the pocket on the right side or the left side. So you could do like a dual one where it's facing each other, but I just use these little folders to carry or hold some of the things that I use, like little stickers, little washi strips. Here's some more of the icons that I just recently reprinted to keep, and then another sticker sheet there. So I just hold on to that in the pocket. This little clear plastic zipper pocket is another thing I obviously got from Carpe Diem, and it's holding some of my bigger stickers. And again, this was really, really cheap on their sale recently. Most of these little accessories like this were $1 or $2. So I grabbed several things, but I like having that zipper pocket in there. As long as it doesn't like get too bulky, I think it'll be great. So my third section, I think this is one of my favorite images from the dash box because this blanket is just so cozy looking. I just love it. And then on the back, this is actually a quote card. It wasn't one of the dash boxes or dashboards. And it says, crackling fires, crunchy leaves, hot coffee, crisp mornings, chilly nights, football, cozy sweater, pumpkin, everything. And I just think it's so cute. So I printed that on the back of this dashboard. Then here I have some pictures with Evie in them, and I've mentioned last month that I want to reprint these, and now that I do have a printer of my own, I'm going to reprint these and hopefully they'll come out a little bit better quality than this one. Then in this section we get into my actual planner. So this is my weekly and daily planner. So I have it starting in October 21st. I don't leave like the entire 90 days in my planner because with rings, if you want to have several different sections, you just can't keep that many pages in there, and this one's pretty full. So I have starting week 4 and we're currently going into week 7. So I just keep a few weeks and then I have the rest of the month of November in here. So that's kind of how I keep up with it. When I'm done, I've had several of you ask me like, what do I do with these sheets when they're done? When I'm done, I will keep like the last couple of quarters and I'll just store them in another one of my binders for, you know, until I don't need them anymore. And then I just typically just throw them out, which kind of sucks because, you know, I decorate them and I've got lots of stickers on them. But at the same time, you know, what am I going to do with it later? It's really, the decorating and stuff is really just to help me have something I enjoy looking at and something that motivates me while I'm doing the work. And then I hold on to them for a little while in case I need to reference them, and then I just get rid of them. So at most I'll keep stuff from the beginning of the year, but then they just get thrown out. So that's fine. And you'll see I always set up my weeks, and then I use a lot of the dailies, and I think I mentioned this in an Instagram story that I've been using this bottom section of my planner to have a little bit of a journaling for myself, and then like a quote or a little message on the side, and then all my to-dos go over here with like little reminders of personal to-dos at the top. And this is really working for me, but you can see I don't stress if I don't use it absolutely every single day. I just do the best that I can. And right now with a tiny baby at home, I just don't have time to go in and every day, if there's not anything really going on, I don't really need to go make a checklist. It's just sometimes it'll be as simple as I grab a scrap piece of paper and I write out the couple of things I need to do, and that works fine, because the planner should be something that serves you and helps you to make yourself, you know, a little bit more productive or a little bit more inspired, but it's not supposed to be a source of additional stress. So don't let it stress you out if you're not like perfectly decorating your planner every single month or every single week, or you don't even touch it for a week. Let it serve you in the way that you need it to. And that's kind of the philosophy I've come to enjoy. So this is my weekly stuff. Another week that I didn't do a lot in my planner in terms of the dailies. Then this was last week, so I need to move these over now that we're about to move. But you can see we have, these are some side tab things that she did have in this month's kit. So this one says weekly, and you can see there's one that says today. She has one that says monthly and one that says lists as well, but I just didn't do those or use those. So then all you do is you print that out on, I printed out mirrored so that I could have it on both sides. And then when you laminate it, you can cut it out so it's just this plastic, so that you can punch that and have it be just a little bit longer than your regular page. So then it becomes a tab that you can turn to. So I keep this on my main weekly tasks page, which I'll finish filling. Actually, I'll leave it in here because I'll finish filling out my growth tracker and everything later. Then I keep this on my today, although I'm recording this on Saturday and I haven't touched this planner since Tuesday. So you can see I didn't get a chance to use it because it's just been one of those crazy busy weeks where I haven't even been doing a ton of work stuff. I've just been, you know, hanging out with the kids and doing everything I can to stay on track here at home. So I'm filming on Saturday, so I will probably fill this out because I have some things that need to get done tomorrow. And then I try to always fill out this end of the week review. So we'll see how that goes. I am also working to kind of revamp some of this planner for next year. And I know a lot of you have asked for a printed one, but I just didn't have time to get that together. I am planning to offer an additional planner that just has the goal setting pages for the entire year without the daily and weekly pages. So there's going to be a few new options going up in the Etsy store. This one I also love. It's kind of like the Thanksgiving Day parade with the view of Central Park and the girl drinking her champagne. So, so cute. This girl is holding a wreath, and then I have some sticky notes that I got from Disney hanging out here. And this is the new thing that I have in my planner that I needed to make room for. And this is not, don't get too excited, it's not completely finished, but I've been working on a social media planner that can work for writers or for anyone who has a blog or is an online entrepreneur. And I've got it enough of it done that I wanted to start kind of testing it for myself and seeing what things I wanted to change. And there's definitely going to be some changes, but I've started to get it going. So this is going to be my yearly social media overview, because I've been using one that I got from Etsy that looks like this, where I can say like, okay, my Facebook group started in January with this many people, and now it's, you know, each month I write what the new total is. But this wasn't really working for me because it's in A5 size anyway. It's way too small to really write what you need. And also, you can't mark how many you added. You just mark what the total is. And I really wanted to be able to mark the total, but also like how many new people I got throughout the month. So in this one, I'll be able to write, like at the top, I can write Facebook page, and then I can write how many people were there at the beginning of the month, and then how many I added during that month. So I'll be able to add those things and then have a yearly total down here at the bottom. So far, this is what my social media growth chart looks like, and there's room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different social media channels to track. And of course, if you have more than that, it's a printable, so you can just print a second set of them. I also have social media strategy questions, some blog post topics and a blog post planner, some video topics and video planner, hashtag tracker, and this is like a social media overview page for the month, as well as like an editorial calendar. So there's a lot of little things happening here. This little today is a bookmark that she had in the digital dash this month. So I'm keeping that on my social media, and I tested this out this past week and I really, really liked it. So what you've got here is you've got 7 days up at the top, and then you've got room for 5 different social media outlets with notes of what particular is going on this week. So for example, NaNoWriMo week 1, I've got giveaways for my 9-year thing. I've got Eternal Sorrows as what I'm going to be working on. So here's some plans for my newsletter. But then each day I can say, okay, on my Facebook page, on Tuesday, I'm going to talk about this. On Wednesday, I'm going to share this. On Thursday, this. So I was able to plan out my entire week without it being on my main weekly sheet. So this way I'm looking just at social media, and I can see like, okay, if I share this on Instagram, then I can also share it on my Facebook or whatever. I also just have some basic icons here that I've been using. So purple is for Sarra Cannon. And then I'm planning to print another set of these each month or each week for heart breathings, because I have a different Facebook for heart breathings, a different Instagram. So that way I'll be able to keep them separate and easily tell at a glance through color coding which is which. But I'm excited about trying this out. It will come in both letter size and A5 size. And there's already some changes that I'm gonna make, because I have a place here to mark like your beginning follower count for the week, and then your weekly growth, like how many people you added during the week, so that you can see if your marketing, your social media marketing efforts are working. Like, okay, I put up 4 new videos. Did I get a lot more new followers and that sort of thing? But I don't like the way this is inside the planner. I think I'm going to move it to this first page or to this first box, but I'm going to play around with it a little bit before this goes on the market. But I printed out a lot of them so that I can test that for the next few weeks. So if you guys are interested, I'll definitely do a full walkthrough on how I'm using this planner and all the different pages, because there's going to be more pages than what I've just printed. Those just aren't finalized yet. All right, next dashboard is that same one you saw with the girl holding the wreath. And then you've got this one with her holding a leaf. These are the Post-it notes that I printed. Isn't that so cool? So these were just white Post-its, and you put them through your printer, and now they've got this design on them. And I just love that. Here's a little quote card that says, "Stay cozy." Some of my book covers. This is my Sarra Cannon section of my A5 planner, which is one of the reasons I love the A5 rings, because you can customize the sections so much better than you can in like a bound planner. So I've got my Nano Sheet here that I haven't started really even filling out. I've got my writing plan, keeping track of the books that I read and anything for Sarra Cannon. Then the next one is just that same picture of the girl. And then this is another back end that has like rain boots, caramel apples, pumpkins, coffee, football, that kind of thing that she has on there. Then I have my Heart Breathings editorial calendar for the videos I'm going to put out this month, my social media stats, and that's really all I have in that section. And then this final section is more of my like dream board section. So I don't usually share that, but it's full of the things that I want to manifest and bring into my life. Then in the very back, I just have some stamps here because I'm working on my thank you gifts for all the people that sent gifts to Evie. So, oops, I missed putting that in, but I'll worry about that later. So that is my November planner setup. It is really one of my favorites, and I'm just loving what she did with the digital dash box. So this pin, which I'm also loving right now, is a Simply Gilded pin, and it's just black with the gold ribbons on it, and I feel like it matches this month perfectly. So I'm using that pin. This came in the most recent Simply Gilded subscription box, so I love it. So that's a look at my November setup. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like watching these setups and seeing kind of how I use the planner. I'm excited mostly about trying out the social media planner and seeing kind of how it turns out and how it helps me. Because originally I had told you guys I was using this bottom section, or was meaning to use these checklists as my social media calendar, but it just wasn't working for me. So you can see I don't really use this section down here. So this is probably something I'm going to be reimagining for next year. If any of you are using the HB90 calendar, or the planner from Etsy and you want to give some feedback on, I kind of wish you'd do this, or maybe it would be helpful if you change this, please feel free to email me at sarah@hardbreathings.com and just gently and nicely, of course, like you will, you know, say, hey, you know, I haven't loved this, you could change this, or here's an idea for how you could use that bottom section. I know a lot of people actually use it for sprints, and a lot of people use it just for to-do list checklists. So if you have any ideas of anything that you'd like to see changed or you'd like to see added to the HB90 planner, please send me a message because I'm going to be working on that in the next couple of weeks. All right, guys, that is it for this planner flip through of my November setup. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are new to this channel, I would love for you to subscribe. We do talk a lot about planners and productivity, and also all about self-publishing and mindset there. So I hope you join us in this little community, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.